All right, guys, welcome to a first webinar for Realia. My name is Zach Koerber. I am the head of growth at Realia. Go ahead and comment in here if you guys can hear me okay, if everything looks okay. I'm using a new software I haven't used in the past for live streams, so if you guys can hear and see okay, go ahead and throw something in the comments. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop into exactly like what we're gonna be talking about today. So the main thing we're going to be talking about today is Google My Business, and how Google My Business is actually a tool that you don't need to do a ton of SEO on for your website. You don't need to invest a lot of money in to get set up. You can set it up for free, and if you guys do the steps that I tell you today, you will, I guarantee you, get leads for free. Just a matter of your time. Cool. Thanks, Central Florida Real Estate. Glad to hear that you can hear me okay. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to walk you through what Google My Business is, and then I'm going to show you guys exactly how to set it up. So you can either set it up as I set it up here, but a better way might be I'm recording this right now, so I'll send you the recap of this so you can watch it back, play it step by step, and be able to kind of set it up for yourself. After we set it up, I'm going to give you guys a bunch of tips and tricks and basically everything that you're going to need to do on a regular basis to get the most out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into our presentation now. So I'm going to go through a few slides, show you guys a few things about Google My Business and kind of how it works on the back end. Just to give you guys some background, I also own and run a marketing agency that we specialize in SEO and organic traffic to Google. Realia is something that I work really close with, so this is how we kind of set up this live here in this webinar to teach you guys some stuff. So I'm going to give you guys all of the deep, dark secrets of marketers, how to get your guys' Google My Business showing up. So first, we just want to talk about what is Google My Business. So let me move myself here. This is where you're going to see it mostly, is in Maps. So Google My Business, you can think about it as a social media profile on Google of your business. And there's two areas that it's going to show up in. It's going to show up in search, like the screenshot I have here. What I typed into Google was realtor in Phoenix. And with realtor in Phoenix, you'll see that it's actually now bringing up the top 3 map results before any SEO'd websites, before any other websites. So in theory, if you guys are able to optimize this account properly, not only are you going to be put on top of anybody that's been doing SEO for years and years and years, but your reviews are going to show there, your website's going to show there, your phone number is going to show there, everything that you need to be successful with getting a lead and having a lead see your information is going to be shown there, not just your website. So important stats that I just want you guys to keep in mind, and let me get myself out of the way here so you guys can see this better. Sorry, I think I lost you guys there. So really what I wanted to go into first was literally what is Google My Business and why is it important? So in terms of these numbers here, having a Google My Business account instantly increases the amount of people who are going to see your business by 5x. Just having this account set up, getting it verified will literally 5x the amount of people that are seeing your website. There are 5.6 billion searches done on Google every single day right now, and that is only growing as time goes on. Near me searches, so realtor near me searches, have increased over 200% in the past 2 years alone. And then 78% of mobile users contact or visit a business within 1 day of discovering it through a local search. So these are hot leads. If somebody's typing in realtor in Phoenix, they are a hot lead. They are looking for somebody to help them out and give them a great service. Near me searches, that actually came about when Siri came along. So near me is getting more and more popular when people were starting to ask, hey, show me realtors near me. And then in addition here, I'm also going to show you guys how to know exactly how many people are searching in your local areas every single month. And that is going to be on a later webinar, so stay tuned for that one. But this one, I just wanted to show you guys how to get the account set up, optimized, and getting you guys some leads from using Google My Business before we go too deep into like SEO and the amount of people searching. And I hope that the audio is fixed if someone can. Okay, awesome. I just got a message. You are back. So important stats about Google My Business continued. More than 5% of views on Google My Business. That actually turns into a conversion. So you have a 5% conversion rate. If somebody views your Google My Business profile that we're going to create, just for you having it created and just for Google showing it to people, you're going to convert about 5% of those viewers. And 64% of users look for a Google My Business listing for contact information. So even if they are on your website, or maybe they've met you at an open house or something like that, and they don't have your phone number saved, they're actually going to go and they're going to look for your Google My Business 64% of the time when they're just looking for your phone number. And then if they can't find you there, Google's automatically going to recommend other realtors. So it is something that you need to be aware of, and just having your information in other areas on Google is going to be hugely beneficial to you. 82% of users look to reviews before using a local service. And I know that realtors know everything there is to know about how important testimonials are, but having a testimonial just written out and on your website does one thing for you, but having it verified by Google and shown by Google will be a whole nother level of trust with your consumers, your customers, and your potential leads. So with that, I'm going to jump straight into kind of how to set this up. I'm going to go step by step. I'm going to set up a new one for you guys. So we're going to do this together, or like I said, I'm going to record this so you guys can also watch this back. I'll send this out in an email on Monday after the recording is done. So what you're going to need to do first is go to google.com/business. You're going to need a Gmail account here. So you're going to want to log into your Gmail accounts. Let me just zoom in here. So you guys can see. So I actually want to start a new one. Let's use this one. There we go. Okay, so when you guys log into your Gmail account, it's going to ask you to basically find your business name. If you guys haven't set something like this up in the past, you're going to need to just kind of create it from scratch. But if you were to type in something like Forever Home Realty, and you guys are able to find yours and your brand, you can definitely click on it and start from there. However, if you guys are a single agent and you're not a brokerage, chances are that you're going to want to set yours up by yourself. So in my case, I would say Zach Koerber - Forever Home Realty Forever Home being my broker. So I'm going to go ahead and say I can't find my business because Zach Koerber Realty doesn't exist, right? So I need to create my own. So I'm going to create this, and I want to make sure that this looks good. Okay, business category. These are going to be predefined categories by Google. So you would just do real estate. I'm a real estate agent. Do you want customers to add a location that they can visit? So in this case, this address is going to be shown publicly. So you have to keep that in mind when you're creating this. If you want them to visit your location, like you have an office, or if you want to put your broker's address, which I'm going to tell you a pro tip here in a second about if you do include your broker's address, you're going to say yes. Google is going to favor you if you do have a physical address that you will show. So if you have a broker office address, or if you have any kind of office address, or I know some people that are okay with showing their home address, but you always want to try to show an address. If you absolutely have no address to show, then hit no. So we're going to hit yes. What is the address? I'm going to pull up Waldorf here. So I'm going to say I'm at 3752 South Las Vegas Boulevard. And then you'll see it comes up here. Now, if you guys are using your broker's address, or if you guys are using anything that another business might be registered at, even if you have an office in an office building, you need to make this extremely unique to you. So if you have a broker and the broker's okay with you using their address, you guys are going to want to go ahead and create something unique here. So you might want to say Suite B. And you need to make sure that there's no Suite B, or if there is a Suite B, you guys can get the mail there. But this has to be very unique, because if I were to just use this address and there's already a business using this address, Google is automatically not going to show me. So I need to be a unique address, even if it's in the same building, the same main address, I need a unique line too. So I'm going to hit next. Do you provide deliveries or home and office visits? I do office visits. I also work with the area of Las Vegas. I'm going to say. It says optional, but I'm going to show you guys in a few seconds that you guys want to fill out every single possible thing there is to fill out. So you can even add a few areas in here if you need. Contact info. Current website. If you guys don't have a website, this is going to be really important to get set up. Google will still show your information if you don't have a website. And I'm going to show you guys in the slide literally right after I complete this profile, which we're almost done with. I'm going to show you guys some really important information about what classifies as a good website to put here and what classifies as a bad website to put here. So keep that in mind. I'm going to show you that on the next slide when we go back to the presentation. But for now, I'm going to put it like I do have my own website, like zachkoerberrealty.com. I'm going to hit next. Do I want updates and recommendations? Yes. Easy. They have an app that they will ask you to install as well. I highly recommend you guys get that. It's Google My Business. Now, this is the most important step, and this is why you need to be able to accept mail here, because the way Google verifies your account is they will mail you a postcard, and this postcard will have a code on it. You need to take this code and you need to enter it into this account, because without that code, they will never ever show your Google My Business profile. So when you guys are in here, make sure that you have the address that looks perfect. If it doesn't, you guys need to go back and fix it. But I'm gonna say, yep, mail it to Zach. And again, this is a postcard. It will come in the mail. It can take up to 5 days to arrive, but you need the code on the back of that postcard to type it into Google My Business and verify it. It's extremely important because without that code, without you being able to get mail, even though we made up a pretend suite number, if we're using an address that's already claimed by somebody else, we need this postcard to get in our hands because we need to enter this code on our profile to get it activated. So I'm gonna hit mail. Postcard is on its way. Awesome. So that is overall going to be like the main setup. You guys can add a lot of this other stuff afterwards. So I'm just going to add something else like buying a home. Okay, I'm going to set my hours. I'm going to say I'm 24 hours. For a few days. Accept messaging. Again, this is going to be something where leads can reach out to you directly. Super cool tool that Google has built. It's like you guys have your own message center. You can even connect it to your phone with the Google My Business app and message prospects back and forth. My business description. Okay. Gonna add any photos that you guys might have. I'm gonna skip this for now, but it's really important, like I said, that every single piece of information that you guys can possibly fill out is filled out here. So you guys will also get free $500 in free advertising credit on Google Ads, which is pretty cool. They don't always offer this, but right now they are. So as soon as this video is done, I highly recommend you guys go take advantage of that. Okay, it's almost ready. So now, once it's all set up, I'm gonna go ahead and come into my main dashboard where I'm gonna manage my listing. You can see the name of my business up here. You can see the address here. This is the home screen. You'll see that it's still pending verification. So this is where you guys are gonna wanna go to enter in that code once it does get verified. But I'm gonna walk you down quickly a few of the key things that you guys need to be doing on almost a weekly basis here. So online appointments, if you guys have any kind of booking link, any kind of Calendly link, anything that a prospect can just go in and book a time with you to either get a phone call with you or anything like that, that is one of the main things you need to set up. Google loves that right now. And then secondly is posts. So Google has done this new thing. They started it over COVID where they said that businesses really need to be able to update their like the people viewing their Google My Businesses on a regular basis. So this is what you can think of as a social media post. Now, this is going to be the most important posting in terms of any type of, like, it's more important than Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of those things, because the more often you post on here, the better Google is going to recommend you. And every single post that you put on here expires after 7 days. So when you guys post on your Google My Business, you have to keep in mind that like if I'm gonna offer, or what's new, I have a new listing alert. I can say I wanna add this button to say, learn more. I'm gonna take it to my website. And then I add a photo, right? But when I hit publish here, this post is only gonna be alive for 7 days. So you have to remember, hey, to get the most out of my Google My Business profile, I need to post here every 7 days to make it worth my while. And this is going to be like probably the biggest key in getting traction on your Google My Business other than reviews, which we'll get to in a second. The next tab on the left-hand side is info. You're gonna wanna make sure that every single aspect of this is filled out to the maximum potential that it can be. All you have to do to come in and edit something is click this little pencil, fill it out, and I recommend that you guys do this as soon as it's done. Literally everything that you guys can fill out here is going to help you. The more things you check, the more areas that are filled in. Google loves to see that. They love to see that that their Google My Business profiles are updated to the maximum that they can be. Insights will be really cool for you guys. You'll be able to see where your leads are coming from, how they're coming in, and then reviews. reviews are going to be critical for you guys. And here is going to be kind of where you guys see when a new review comes in, when it was posted, what the person said. But more importantly, and you can see I can't do anything until I verify with that postcard code. But more importantly, you guys will need to reply to every single review that is left on your Google My Business. Have your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, anybody, make them go leave you a 5-star review. Even if they haven't worked with you, just have them endorse your credibility and how good of a person you are and how trustworthy you are, and have them come on here and do that. And then any review that's left, the quicker you reply to it, the better. The quicker you reply to a review, whether it's a 1-star, a 2-star, a 3-star, or even a 5-star, they all need to be replied to, and they need to be replied to quickly. The quicker you reply, the more often Google is going to show you, because they say, wow, this business owner really cares about the people that they're serving and the people that are willing to leave reviews for them. So down here, you'll see a few more different areas. Messages is going to be, like I said, direct messaging back and forth with your clients and potential leads. Photos, upload some photos pretty regularly. And then services, you're going to make sure that that's filled out to the maximum that it can be filled out. So that's pretty much it. The key thing here is that you guys need to get verified, and without verification, they're never going to show you. And then you need to come in here and make sure you're posting on every 7 days. They expire every 7 days. Make sure your info is completely filled out. Get everybody to leave you a review that you know, and get them, and then go ahead and reply to that review as well. So I'm going to go ahead and actually open up this presentation again. So it's pretty simple, right? And that account there, if you guys just do those things, if you guys just fill out all the information, if you guys just fill out the verification code, if you get it mailed to you, if you guys get reviews and you reply to the reviews, and if you guys post every 7 days, I promise you, you will be getting leads. Now, again, this is kind of recapping. So regularly check that your info is up to date. Upload a lot of photos and videos to your profile regularly. You don't have to do that on a weekly basis, but anytime you get maybe a couple new listing photos, just sprinkle them in there now and then. Google likes to see updated information. Get your appointment link filled out. Ask for Google My Business reviews from as many people as soon as possible, and post weekly to your Google My Business account. Now, this is the most important aspect of the website thing that I was mentioning earlier. There's 2 different types of websites here, and while they both are truly websites, the URL is what I want to draw attention to, because when we were filling out the Google My Business, I mentioned something about, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about this in a second when we were about to fill in our URL for our website. So on the left-hand side, you'll see that manning-realestate.com. That is a good example. And then the right-hand side is a bad example, realtyexecutives.com/agent/Paul. And the reason that these are going to be good and bad is because Google wants to see, one, that you are an actual business. They don't like a bunch of slashes and stuff like that. They know it's a page on a website. Secondly, if you guys are truly ready to build a brand around yourself, or even if you do have a team or a brokerage, if you guys are really trying to build a brand and even start up a Google My Business, it's important to keep in mind that you guys need full control over your online presence, starting with Google My Business. And if you guys put a /Paul or /agent on there, and it's not your true website that you personally have control over, then when you guys do need to change it eventually, it's going to be really, really hard to change. And I'm going to show you why in just a second here. But overall, if you guys don't have your own URL, similar to this one with manning-realestate.com, this is going to be a little bit of an issue. It's not the end of the world. You can still set up a Google My Business. You can still get free leads on a regular basis, but you definitely want to have something that looks a lot more like this. Now, this is exactly why you want it, because when we're talking about SEO, Google doesn't just look at Google My Business information. They will look across the entire web and kind of reference to make sure that their Google My Business information is correct in comparison to other listing sites out there. So if you guys do have a website that looks like this, and you guys aren't able to fully like control it or anything like that, and let's say you leave realtyexecutives.com and now you have nothing. Now Google My Business has had this and it's gotten to other places, like maybe it got to Bing Maps, maybe MapQuest picked it up at some point, but changing that information on all of these, and just so you know, there's 75 major directories that come into play here. Changing that information on all these is a pain. So owning your own URL is extremely important to building your own brand and having something that you can really call your own. And over here, you're gonna see that this particular agent is just a random report that I pulled in. It's a report that we can generate. If you guys are interested in it, feel free to shoot me an email at zach@realia.me and I can generate one for you to just to see how you guys look online. But Google wants to see that this information is exactly the same across all 75 directories. There are a few listing service softwares out there. We use a couple in-house at my agency, but overall, you guys want to have all your information exactly the same all the way across. Now, final reminders, you guys, it's really simple. You guys need to fill out your information. You need to verify the information. You need to have people leave you reviews, respond to those reviews quickly, and post regularly on your Google My Business. So I wanted to, offer up a Q&A. If you guys had any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat now because it takes a second before I can see it. But I wanted to talk about Realia and what Realia is. So Realia is basically a all-in-one solution for any agent, team, or brokerage to really scale their real estate business here in 2022. Not only are we super aware of how you guys need to get leads and what needs to happen to get leads, kind of pairing it with the agency that I run as well, but it's all SEO optimized, and we have educational videos that are going to help you guys out in kind of getting started and knowing what to look out for. Our websites are super clean, super modern, and they plug directly into a CRM that is connected to all kinds of other features like text automations, email automations. You guys can keep track of your leads in the CRM, and we even have some battle-tested ad pages that you guys can use to generate leads and kind of get your own information, your own leads, and kind of become independent and stop relying on, hey, maybe a referral is going to come in this month, maybe next month. You guys can kind of have full control over a machine that will be bringing in leads for you on a regular basis. And I see Manny asked here, how long does it take to get the code in the mail? They mail it with snail mail. It's basically 5 days maximum. And if it doesn't come within the 5 days, which does happen sometimes where Google says that they sent the postcard out, but it doesn't get to you for whatever reason, then you need to reach out to Google support at that point, and they will help you out there. But I wanted to quickly just bring up here manningrealestate.com. So this was the good example that I showed you guys on like, hey, this is exactly what a website should look for. So manning-realestate.com. This is actually a website on our platform. This is an agent that's been super successful with us. This is his front end here. He has find a home or sell your home. He's looking for both types of leads here, but his Google My Business is pumping. It is getting him leads. He has this modern website that, while he is part of this L15, Legacy 15 brokerage, he's still building his own brand, and he's basically in control of how his leads flow into him. Real quickly, I'm going to go ahead and add in Realia /book. All right, I see one more question came in. Comes within a week, 99 out of 100. Yep, Tim Dawson, he has it right on the money. And I'm going to actually go ahead and throw in our booking link here for Realia. So if you guys are even considering kind of building your own brand this year with real estate, if you guys don't have your own website, maybe getting on a quick demo with us is going to be something that you need to take a look at before you set this up. So I just put in the Calendly account, and you can click that, get a free demo. We'll also provide you guys with a free marketing audit on that call as well, and we'll show you exactly how this beautiful front end website can not only help you guys convert more of those Google My Business visitors, but help you manage them, help you close them, provide more features to them, and provide more value to your clients. So your clients not only use you, but these features help increase the value of the homes you're selling, ultimately getting you guys some more commission. Super, super innovative software. We're working daily on it, adding new features all of the time. And we have over 5,000 agents successfully using it right now. So I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and use this booking link right in the chat. I just threw it in there. It's going to be super useful for you either way. I guarantee you guys will get some value out of that demo, whether you end up using Realia or not. And like I said earlier in this live as well, if you guys are ready to kind of take it to the next level past Google My Business, I'm going to be going into a bunch of SEO stuff on our next webinar. So not only am I going to be showing you guys under the hood of an SEO agency and the softwares that we use, but I'm also going to show you guys how to know how big your market is, what people are searching in your market, how people can find you in your market, and everything in between. So you can, again, utilize Google without spending any money on Google ads at all, and just using a website that we know has a conversion rate, because it's one thing to get traffic there. It's another thing to get traffic there and convert it. And lastly, on that free demo, the link is in the chat. If you guys do book it in, I am offering you guys a full digital audit marketing report that we generate. It takes 24 hours for us to scrape the internet for information, not only on your industry averages in your markets, but on your business as well. And what we'll do is we'll grade you on a few different things. I should have an example up here. Yeah, here we go. So this is an example of the report that we would generate for you if you do book a demo. So not only are you guys going to see under the hood of a full marketing setup and business in a box for an agent, but we'll literally audit everything for you so you guys know exactly where your listings stand, how you look online, how your reviews compare to the industry average and industry leaders, especially in your local area. We'll also be looking at your SEO and telling you guys, hey, your Google My Business, even if you do have one, it could use a little extra help. Here's how. And all of that will get sent to you after your demo. So again, huge value out of that. It gives you exactly what you need to do to take your guys' business to the next level this year. And I see that Eduardo, last question here. I have a Keller Williams site to search for homes, and I masked it with my own domain. Is that okay? So yes, it is okay because you own that domain. So what you won't have to do is you won't have to change that domain in the future. So in theory, when you make your first listing, this is going to stay the same. So you don't have to worry about this having to be changed because you own that domain. Your broker can't take it away from you. I can't take it away from you. Nobody can take it away from you. And that is crucial. Now, in terms of the downsides with having a Keller Williams site is, one, you don't have control over like how that site really looks and really interacts with your users. So when you do send somebody to that website, you're kind of at the mercy of Keller Williams and whatever website they've given you, versus this website here where you would be able to fully customize it. Everything is super interactive. Just these interactive features alone here increase somebody's time on your website by 11%. And if you guys want to see a little bit more about kind of what these interactive features would do for traffic, again, that booking link is right here in the chat. Go ahead and just book it out. It's completely free for you guys to hop on one of those and just learn a little bit more about a system that is producing billions of dollars in sales for agents right now. But to answer your question in short, yes, that's great. You have a domain. You won't have to change it. You won't have to worry about that. So that's awesome. The downside is Keller Williams websites. I've seen them. They're not the most optimized for converting traffic once you get them there, which is part of the equation. Some people will find your Google My Business and just call you straight off of it based based on your reviews and what else they see on your website or on your Google My Business. But that is it. So how can we be alerted for future webinars? Well, if you got alerted for this webinar, I have good news for you, because you are on the list, you are part of the Cool Kids Club, and you will be alerted for future webinars because you guys are on the Realia email list. I have a few more videos I'm actually going to be dripping out in addition to the webinar. The next webinar will probably be happening in about a month and a half from now, but in between then, I will be sending out pre-recorded trainings for you guys to get a leg up on all like website, CRM, landing page information, everything that you guys need to know to, one, get more leads, convert more people, and close more deals this year. And then Tim says, you actually do have a lot of control over the website. Each agent can customize it with a variety of aspects. However, a landing page is the best thing that any real estate page can have. Yep. Couldn't agree with you more, Tim. There are a few other things in terms of like our features here where we can actually provide you guys, or we do provide you guys with landing pages that don't have lead leakage as well. So if you were to send traffic, paid traffic, for example, to this page, you can see that they can click almost everywhere on this. I can go to this guy's blog. I can go see his testimonials. Maybe I want to go to his contact area. All of this, I can start browsing the MLS and looking up houses and all that kind of stuff. But the main thing that you guys want to keep in mind when doing landing pages is you don't want any of these options. You only want call to actions, and you don't want them to be able to get lost in all areas of your website. So having control over even the menu items and what's seen here, and having your own brand up here, even though his L15 is his broker, he is building his own brand recognition. So when he sends out any mailers, if he's wearing t-shirts around certain open houses, he is building that brand for himself. So any other questions before I end it off here? I wanted to thank you guys for coming to this webinar. I have a few more in the pipeline. The next one is going to be SEO specific. So we're going to be literally looking under the hood of an agency that manages a ton of local businesses specifically. And we'll be looking at their case studies. We'll be looking at results, all the softwares they're using. I'll even be able to do a few searches live for people depending on where you guys are living. You can send your city in and what area you want me to search. I'll be able to show you guys all of that. If you guys did get emails for this webinar, you will be on the emails for the next webinar. Go ahead and book in that demo. It's in the chat right here. Realia.me is our website. You can also book a demo there. They are completely free demos, and we will give you that full deep audit of your marketing report after the demo, as well as a value add on top of the demo. So again, I wanted to say thank you guys for coming today, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.